I want to take a look at one more microformat specification, and that is hCard. Now, again, as you might expect from the name, hCard is a way to encode person-related semantics into a web document. Now, again, the microformats people have created an hCard creator on their website, so let's take a look at that. Once again, like for hCalendar, I have filled out the hCard creator with information about myself. So we have a set of fields that you can plug in whatever values you want: first name, last name, the organization I'm affiliated with, location, state, etc., URL, all of these various pieces of information that then get automatically put into hCard format in this box right there. Now, once again, because that box is fairly small and the code is fairly cramped in there, I've copy and pasted that into a slide to make it a little bit easier for us to parse. So let's look at that now. The first thing to notice is that, once again, the whole thing is contained within a div wrapper, and that there are other divs inside the div. So div, remember, is a division, a way to specify a section of content in an HTML document. The first line here says class vCard. It specifies that this is a vCard and gives an ID string, and that string is hCard and then the name of the person for whom the card is created. Second, a href and then a URL. A href is a standard way of declaring a link in HTML, and then class URL. So this is a link, and the class of link that it is a URL. Now we get a different a href, we get an email address, and the class of that is class email. So we have two different classes: class URL, which is a standard URL, and class email. So we have two different forms of links that are possible in an hCard: a URL and an email address. Then we have class equals org, which is the organization with which I'm affiliated. We have class ADR, which is, I think it's fairly obvious, short for address. And then within address, we have class street address, class locality, region, postal code, country name, etc. And class tel is, of course, a telephone number. Then we get the tags or categories that I've specified. Within a div, we get span class category and then the tag that I've assigned. Class category and then the tag that I've assigned. Now, hCard, like hCalendar, is markup. Organizations use it on web pages, like, for example, staff directories. You've probably seen downloadable information about people. You download a small file and it automatically gets added into your contacts, whatever application you're using to manage your contacts. Like the hCalendar events automatically get added to your calendar application. Usually, though, for the file that's downloaded that gets added to your contacts, that's a different standard called vCard, which we will look at next. Now, before we wrap up about microformats, I wanted to show you that there are other microformats out there. And the microformats website lists all of the existing and draft microformats. So if I click on specifications, we see a list of current stable microformats, and there's hCalendar, and there's hCard, and there are a bunch of other things, licensed content, social relationships, etc. And then you get a bunch of drafts, microformats that are under development but are not yet stable. Things like address location, information about products, information about recipes even, information about resumes or curriculum vitae. Each microformat is narrow in scope. It's semantic markup about calendar events or information about a person or a resume or product reviews, etc., etc. Each one of these microformats is just a few custom classes and tags to solve a single, very specific problem. Right? Semantic information about a very specific type of resource. These are very small sets of custom classes and tags. The point of microformats are that they are small, which of course is why they're called micro. Why we're looking at them here, of course, is that they are small metadata records. They're small metadata records about very specific types of resources. And they're designed to be embedded in web documents.